Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the podcast that takes you on the journey to answer those deep cosmic conundrums as we're floating around here in space. I am Space Matt Man, and here's my wonderful co-host.
BJ 6.9.
Thank you. And as always, if you have any questions about anything that you want to talk about, leave us a comment, send us a message, and we might talk about it on our next podcast. And I apologize for not being here for the past week. I was a little bit sick, but I'm feeling a lot better now.
Yeah. Bloody.
But as for today, we have a
Yes.
question that's been burning on my minds.
What is it?
The flower power.
Flower power.
How powerful is it, and can it change the world?
So do you want to lead us
You ready
off?
to fly?
Oh no, yeah. I forgot we gotta do this.
You gotta fly.
Yeah, we gotta fly.
You better have done this last week with Liam.
Oh yeah, we definitely did. You'll
That's
find
good,
out. You'll
that's
find
good.
out at 4:30 this afternoon, which is when we're recording. So don't. No, I don't know. We're not
ready?
gonna. We're not gonna. I've already learnt my lesson about that. Yes, I'm ready. Okay.
Let's go.
Oh, hold on. So I was in reverse. Hold on.
Sorry, no. We are flying, and we are floating, and our fuel has run off, and I think Brenton has died.
I didn't die. Why would I die? We were just puttering along.
Sorry.
We were
Sorry,
flying
I
in
was
the
staring
flower
at you.
of the power of bubbles.
I was just staring over at you. You had like your tongue out back in the chair, just.
Oh, I like to put my head out the window as we blast off. It makes me feel alive.
Isn't that dangerous?
Dangerous? Not for me. I'm an alien. So,
Well, as an alien, then, have you ever heard of the mystical power of flower?
Of flower power. Well, see,
Of flower power?
I thought of this one as I was walking to the bus. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. You know those really tiny, weedy white flowers that you see, not all year round, but they seem to just be all like everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know
those
what
little
you're talking
weed flowers. Sometimes
little
yellow.
shits, yeah.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
shit ones that you would never give to somebody unless you,
Yeah.
you didn't have anything better. And I saw it, and I was like, we could talk about flowers.
We could talk about flower. We could talk about flowers.
Yeah,
are
so
talking
what's
about
what's
flowers.
your experience with the flowers, Matthew?
Well, here's the thing: is that when it comes to flowers, I am. All right, I'm gonna have to throw my partner under the bus. She is not good at when it comes to gardening or looking after plants or flowers at all.
Hmm.
And it's like it's not her fault. She just forgets because she gets busy. So whenever I like come home after like a week, I like look over to the plants, and they're all just dead, keeling over, really upset. And then I'll go for like a week long like parent thing where I'll just watch it every day, water it, look after it, make sure it's like I'm cleaning it up and make sure it's not a mess, getting rid of petals and stuff, and just look after it, and then present it back to her. Be like, I've revived it. It's now alive. Don't kill it again. And then the loop just restarts. It dies. I look after it. I give it back, and then that's my flower power experience.
That's your flower power experience.
Yeah, personal flower power experience.
So are these like big ass pot plants that we're talking about, or little windowsill indoor plants?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, she has like a big garden out the back, and then we also have a lot of the windowsill ones.
Do you have it? You've got a dog.
We have a dog.
You've got a diesel. You've got a diesel powered dog.
I have a diesel powered diesel dog. Yes.
Yeah. Does Diesel dig into these pots? Does Diesel dig the pot?
It's a standing garden.
Uh huh.
When we got that, we thought ahead because
Yeah.
we know for a fact Diesel would have eaten those flowers, because for some reason Diesel likes to chew on things he doesn't know what they are. Likes to just nibble on them, and 100% he would eat in every plant out there.
So.
So we have like a standing garden, so it's like on massive wooden stilts
Mm.
and like in a metal tray bed. It's still huge for what it is, really heavy. But
So,
yeah,
so
I
you,
will.
you plan ahead with the buying and the arranging and the making sure it can't be killed by dog, but you don't water them.
It's well they're not mine. I
Ah,
don't
okay.
like gardening. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
like it.
fair.
I'm just taking this responsibility, just dumping it on my partner.
Yeah,
It's her problem.
it's her problem. Do you water it with a special little watering can?
I don't. I just use water bottle.
Just use the dog's
I
water
hope-
bowl.
Yeah, water bottle. I
Oh,
don't use the
water
dog's
bottle.
water. No,
Okay.
I'm gonna use like leftovers, dumping it on there. Like, that'll be fine.
I don't like plants either. I hate not.
Yeah.
Look, hate is a strong word, but it's strong enough for the.
Dislike?
No, I hate them.
Oh, you hate plants?
do.
Oh, okay.
Hate's a strong word, and it is appropriate for how I feel about plants. I like
Yep.
them. I like being able to breathe. I like being able to walk around and see the nice green things. But I grew up, and my mum was also a very big fan of the planties.
Oh, yeah.
But it was my job every school holidays to weed the goddamn gardens, and you weed them. It looks nice. You feel accomplished, and then 2 weeks later,
Yeah,
it
you
looks.
gotta do it all fucking again. It's just a fucking mess, right?
It's not even like you have to do it again. It's somehow worse than it was before I started. So it doesn't feel like a losing battle. It feels like a battle that I'm somehow actively making worse.
Yeah, you're making it harder on yourself by doing the good thing.
Yeah, and like I don't like that. I like to feel, accomplished and like I did good things, and then it just keeps coming back and laughing at me. Bloody bastards.
So flower power isn't on your side, is that what you're telling me?
Flower power is definitely not powering my happiness. But do you know where the term flower power came from?
Not really, actually.
Not really?
I'm not too familiar with that one. Yeah.
Well, I did a little bit of research, and apparently the term flower power was originally sort of coined during the 60s and 70s, around the time of the Korean/Vietnam War. And it was coined by protesters because protesters weren't about the war, as you generally probably shouldn't be.
War's bad, guys.
Yeah, and instead of raging against the machine, because there was a lot of violent clashes between protesters at the time. Do I have it in my notes? Who actually coined it? Hold on, stay with me. I am prepared. Oh, there it is. Oh no, Wikipedia. Oh no.
Wikipedia.
Yes. What do you mean Wikipedia? What's your problem with Wikipedia, bro?
Wow. Where's the references, man? Where's the actual information?
What do you mean? I'm referencing Wikipedia. What do you mean? Man, you don't get on my back right now. This article on Wikipedia has 36 different papers that they reference. So good on them for doing the research. I don't need to do all that. I don't need a fact check. They have 36 things that they put down. I don't know if any of them are right. I haven't been in uni in a while.
That's good enough for me.
That's good enough for me. There are 36 things there. If I was still in uni and doing a fact finder mission, that would deserve a 5 in my opinion. But the term flower power originated in Berkeley, California, as a symbolic action of protest against the Vietnam War. In November 65, an essay titled How to Make a March/Spectacle by beat poet Allen Ginsberg advocated that protesters should be provided with masses of flowers to hand out to policemen, press, politicians, and spectators at such events. So rather than getting your fists up and getting all up and feisty, they handed them a flower.
I have seen used in movies and stuff. I think many times the act of giving a flower to an officer, or this is gonna sound dark, putting it in the barrel of their gun.
Yeah, and then they shoot you.
I saw it. Yeah, then you get shot. But it's like one of those things of one side offering peace while the other one's offering war.
Yeah, it's the whole make love not war argument, and
yeah,
stuff is happening in the world a lot, and especially recently, protests weren't just back in the 60s and 70s. Protests are very much alive and well today. And I think the whole idea of the passive, non-violent protest has almost diminished in this day and age because it no longer is that pacificity respected. Now it's all about action. It's about being an activated person in the face of your opposition. So you're not just gonna give a flower anymore. You're going to actively make their life difficult, if not impossible, unless they at least agree to sit down at the table with you.
Yeah, and then you give them flowers.
And then maybe you give them flowers, depending on how much
give them flowers, a kiss on the forehead, and like they can't shoot you after that.
I mean, they
do. They're just rude. They're just rude.
I mean, there's some pretty rude people out here. But in school, did you ever do the assignment in biology or any kind of science where you grew like little seedlings and you played them music?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah?
Wow, what a throwback.
Oh yeah.
My god.
I'm good at that.
Yeah, no, it was like us finding out if like plants have feelings or something.
Yeah.
So when we had like a little garden bed, it was like we played music to see if they would grow better or not.
Mm-hmm.
And like thinking back on it now, I think like my teachers went out and got a dead plant and was like, look, this is what music does to your plants. And then just shows this is what music doesn't do to your plants. And like one plant's just flat, like dead, while the other plant's like nice and healthy.
So you reckon they doctored the results?
I think 100%. There's no way that like if I sing a lullaby to a plant, there might be some science out there for it. But I feel like she had walked outside, picked up a flower off the ground, was like, hey, look how bad this is. You didn't sing it to enough. Sing to make things feel better.
Wait, you had to sing to them, or do you have to play the music? Because if you were singing to them, that's a lot more intense than what I was.
I was part of the choir, and it was one of the things of like
Oh, I didn't know about this, Matthew. You were part of the choir. Could you sing for us now?
No, dear God. I get told by my friends a lot that I'm tone deaf. I can harmonize very well, but I cannot sing solo. But I can harmonize. Yeah, no, I was in the choir in primary school, and for like several jokes, like I did a musical in school, which you should be aware of, right?
No, I have no idea about this background history. This is live
really?
Information. Yeah, go on.
I was Chad in High School Musical, the musical.
High School Musical, the musical.
Yeah, it was like it's the musical version of the musical.
So what's different between High School Musical and High School Musical, the musical, starring Matt as Chad?
Well, considering that, like, you know the "Get Your Head in the Game" song, right?
Yeah, love that.
It has a rap in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
That I do solo.
Go on then, give us a bar.
No, I'm not.
Come on.
I'm not.
Just one line.
Power.
One line.
Flower power. I'm not giving you a line.
One line.
Maybe if we do a future podcast with a few drinks.
No. Maybe somebody plays these podcasts to, leaves them in the background, and maybe they have a few little saplings on their windowsill, and your beautiful Chad lyrics could perk them up a little bit. So go, just give us one. Just give us one line. Come on. Hit us with one line. I can't. Chad is one of the main characters.
I burned that entire lifetime out of my head. It was such an embarrassing moment in my life.
Come on.
You know what? Okay, hold up. No, you know the reason why I find it so bad is that like, would you consider Chad like probably like the third or fourth main character of High School Musical, right?
Chad,
like there's Troy,
Gabriella, yeah,
there's the first two, and then who would be next? Maybe the brother
twins,
and sister that argue,
Sharpay and Ryan.
Okay, cool. So that's 3 and 4. So what? Chad would be 5th.
I'd say Chad would be in the top 5.
Yeah, top 5, right? I was not mic'd.
Which means you had to blast them all the way to the back with your lovely singing voice. So why?
There were
are you not
8
giving
mics,
us it right
and
now?
I was not mic'd.
Yeah? Were you still loved by the
masses? No.
No.
Oh my! That crushed my confidence so much.
So what you're saying is we need to get you involved in another musical version of a musical to sort of regain that confidence that was spurned.
Yeah, maybe the Karen the musical is what I need to do.
Hey, there might be another one coming up. So
actually, no, I did do singing for Liam's exclusive show that he did.
Yeah, and how'd that go? Can you give us that bar? If not High School Musical, the musical, then Liam's show.
I can't even remember that one.
Excuses.
The only thing I have in my head is just get your head in the game. Gotta get your head in the game. Gotta get your head in the game. Gotta get your head in the game. And now I want to see some flowers with just like caps on, like flat caps on, just like just pumping it and just going ham. Now that's what I want to see. That's all I got in my head.
Well, look, I'm still learning how to edit a podcast with just audio and a static picture. If you can figure out how to make dancing flowers and put caps and sunglasses on them and tune them to the thing of get your head in the game, I'm all for it. But you're gonna have to give that to you're gonna have to bless us with this gift.
Oh, that's yeah. Do I have the effort of that? The second thing.
I mean, technically, aren't you not in isolation at the moment?
I have many things to do in isolation.
Yeah.
And I will add that to the list.
Good. I'm gonna keep hounding you about this every week until we get a rendition of "Get Your Head in the Game" with dancing flowers.
With dancing flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. But no, so you brought up the experiment of singing to flowers.
Singing to flowers.
Sidetracked.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Why do you bring it up?
Well, have you ever heard of the myth, legend, the unspoken
law,
rule, the unspoken thing that plants can feel pain?
I have heard of that. But here's a separate question.
Yeah.
Is that like have you ever done like biology where you like saw like plant cells to human cells?
No, I never got them under the microscope. Have you?
Well, I didn't get them on the microscope, but we saw like graphs. It's like plant cells have like a wall around every cell, and while human cells they don't. It's like a bubble, so like it moves around, right? When I saw that, I thought to myself, if plants have feelings, does that mean every single cell in a plant has feelings?
Well,
because they're all walled off from each other?
I did a little bit of research. I didn't specifically look up if they have feelings, but I put, do plants feel pain? And everything that I've read generally has sort of this line of dialogue at the very beginning of the article. Is the simple answer is that currently no one is sure. Which sounds like nonsense. Obviously, there are probably some people out there who are sure, but these people just don't want to be upsetting their readers.
I literally, I'm gonna crush your thing right now because I just searched up "do plants feel pain?" And the first thing that pops up is, given that plants do not have pain receptors, nerves, or a brain, they do not feel pain.
Yes, they don't feel pain in the way that we feel pain. However, is there a possibility that they feel something else?
Like what? What would they feel?
I don't know, like excited, or maybe they don't feel pain, but like what's another?
Are you saying that plants may or may not be kinky?
I reckon they're pretty kinky. Have you seen some plants? Have you seen like vines and stuff, like sped up over time, where they sort of like crawl and or it's always very like sensual. Whenever I watch like time lapses of like plants growing, it's always like and like if I had to give them a voice, it would be like ooh you like that, ooh here I'm coming, ooh.
I'm coming for you.
Ooh, exactly.
You running isn't quick enough.
Yeah, I'll go and get you. It might be. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. But I'm a coming.
It's like if you leave like a sack of potatoes in the bottom of your cupboard and like you like leave for a week, come back and like they've sprouted like their roots and it's like climbing up your cupboard. Have you ever seen that sort of stuff?
Have you done that before? Like, what's the nastiest thing that you've ever left in your fridge for too long?
My fridge?
Yeah.
I think like back when I was like 14, we forgot about a bottle of taco pasta sauce that's been sitting in the fridge for a very long time. Because like you know how taco sauce is, right?
No, I don't know how taco sauce is, unfortunately. But give us a quick rundown.
Think of like a thicker ketchup that has like
Oh, do I know what it looks like? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Now when we saw this, we're like, oh, cool. Why is that still there? It's like sitting in the back corner of the fridge behind like all the like random shit we had in there.
Yeah.
And like I pulled it out and it was blue. It was fucking blue.
What color did it start as? Red.
Red?
Oh.
Red with like plants stuff in it, and I looked at it and it was blue.
It was
like
like
I
what
looked
color
at the top
blue?
of it and it
What color
like
blue?
like think of like pastel blue with snow.
Oh, like light blue.
Like light blue with like snow on top of it. And I was just
Oh.
looking at the inside of this bottle. I'm like, huh.
Man, if you put that on tacos though, you would probably be immune to everything. Yeah.
It's like a buff in a game. You just take like this poison to get like resistant to poison.
Yeah, that was pure penicillin right there. Yeah.
It's like saying like if you shoot yourself with bullets, you'll become more immune to bullets. I don't think that's a safe class of virus or bacteria to put in your body.
You can't be starting with bullets. Like, maybe work up. Like, start at, like, I don't know, like Nerf gun bullets.
Nerf gun. Well, if I ate that fucking pesticide taco sauce.
Pesto, yeah.
And if you sung to me every day.
Yeah. You would
using
grow
the power
strong.
Of flower power. Do you think would I grow strong?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you would be more flower than you would have the power of the flower, and you would not be half as sour as you are. I don't know what's another rhyming with in these passing hours. Ooh. Beat that, Master Chad.
I don't know if you ever noticed, but that's why Ebony calls me Chad all the time whenever she sees me. It's because of that.
Oh, I've never heard this Chad before, but you from now on you are
Chad.
You are Chad Man. You are not
Chad.
Space Matt Man. You are Space Chad Man.
I'm Space Chad. I've now transformed.
Yep, this is your final form, Space Chad Man.
Oh. Well, see, here's the thing: is that okay? Let's say to harness this all together.
Yeah.
Because our rocket is currently out of fuel, and we're just sitting here floating through, hoping not to get smacked in the face by a meteor, right?
Yeah.
Right. Let's say, what if we got some plants and then shoved them and like get rid of fuel, grab like the canister of fuel, chuck it out. We don't need it anymore. Dirt, get some soil, just get a shit ton of plants.
Mm-hmm.
And if we just sung every day, do you think plants could provide us enough power to propel us back home? Do you think that the flowers themselves could release like energy that we could then use to be able to like push ourselves back home?
Through the power of song, you want to know if we could sing well enough to flowers.
Yeah.
To get
sing enough well to power flower power, to then power our fuel, to power our rocket, to power ourselves home.
Well, you know, I'd love to be able to say yes, but you won't even sing for us on the podcast. So, like,
I will happily sing
what
for
chance
plants.
do we have?
Well, that's because the best thing you're gonna get from me is a bunch of lullabies. They're gonna be in one single tone the entire time that won't go up or down.
Okay.
Until you start singing, and then I'll start trying to match your octaves.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it because we're almost coming up to the end of the podcast, so I think this will be the last thing. But I'm absolutely on board with this.
I want you to go where there's a latency delay because we got distance between each other, so it's gonna sound really shit when I try and edit this later.
Don't preface this. Don't preface what we're doing right now. This could be amazing. Okay. So
all right. What lullaby? What lullaby?
It's gonna be Twinkle Twinkle. Obviously.
All right.
Obviously.
Yep.
Do you want to start, or do you want me to go through one rendition and then you have to harmonize with me? Because you
I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna expect amazing from you. Okay.
Oh, but you said that you couldn't sing, but you were the best at harmonizing. So
I can harmonize.
Okay, so it makes more sense for you to listen to me go through once and then harmonize with me. All right. You ready? So I'll go through.
This is bad. I'm gonna cut it all out.
Nah, you're leaving this in. If you cut it, I'm gonna be very upset, and I'm gonna tell on you to Liam.
No, not Liam.
Exactly. All right. So.
All right, go.
Here we go. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
No fucking sorry.
How I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. And so you got it?
I feel like we have like the same tone, so I feel like we could do this perfectly.
Okay, ready? And
Yeah,
3,
alright.
and 2, and 1, and twinkle, twinkle. Louder, Matthew! Don't leave me hanging and just be like,
Wait, no, I'm matching you. I'm matching you.
I'm much louder. You're just sort of like farting on the end of me, being like,
Twinkle, twinkle, little
little
star,
how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
I feel like adding a jazz tone onto it makes it a lot better instead of trying to do it super fucking slow.
Well, you know, I didn't believe you, but you know, you weren't bad. I give you a 6. I give you a 6. I definitely agree with your teachers not giving you one of the main mics because low effort to start, but at the end you came through at the end, but poor start.
Well, there goes my self-confidence.
Well-
Thank you everyone for being here, by the way.
Hey. I get to end this week. You intro.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll throw myself back then.
Good. Any ideas for next week? Otherwise, I have one.
All right, shoot it.
Okay. We have our first audience suggestion, which is from a G, from a Master G, and they have suggested that we talk about what dogs or animals in general think about when they watch TV. Yeah.
I could actually do some research. I have a dog.
You have a dog? Could you watch your dog watching TV and take down some statistics?
Well, here's the thing: is that like my dog more likes to watch you instead of the TV. But the problem is that he doesn't watch you; he watches your soul.
Oh, good.
So I'll explain more about that next podcast.
Yeah, on the next one.
Leave that a little bit of a
Yeah. What might be. But thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in to this week's episode of Stuck in a Media Shout. You didn't say what our name was to begin with, you bastard. So
I referenced it to the fact that we were floating through a media shower.
Yeah, but no one's gonna know what that means. They just think we're bizarros. But yes, thanks again for tuning in to this week's episode of Stuck in a Media Shower. I have been your host, BJ6.9, and this has been my co-host, Space Chadman.
Space Chadman.
Space Chadman. And we'll catch you all next week.
Bye, guys. I'll catch you all later.
Catch ya.
Be safe and fun, though.